Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a analysis of this Nightmare Mode Perfect Investigation run. Basically going to be going over my strategies, my thought processes, and um just a few other things that I'll point out in the video, so hope you guys enjoy it. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to check the optional objectives, because what they are usually will affect my strategy. So I usually like to base my strategy around what these optional objectives are.
Get set up before investigating.
For my equipment, besides obviously the flashlight, I bring a thermometer and a crucifix. This is so I can quickly identify the ghost room, because the ghost room's temperature will be much lower than the rest of the location, and then I can have the crucifix to quickly put it down just in case the ghost tries to hunt early. Upon me entering the location, you'll notice me do a few special things. First thing here is I struggle to grab the car key. The next thing you'll see me do is quickly turn around and turn on this lamp. I then see this closet is an open hiding spot, so I prep it by opening just the right door. I then turn this corner and see the haunted mirror is my cursed object, but I don't use it since sanity drains much faster on Nightmare. Now what you're seeing me do here is I'm looking for the fuse box, and once I find it in the garage, I open up the hatch and I turn it on. What this does is this is actually going to begin to increase the location's temperature besides the ghost room. It'll also allow me to turn on lights, which will reduce sanity drain. So here I hear a door. And my usual strategy is if I hear a door while I'm trying to locate the ghost room, I will bring in a camera and a UV light. If I don't, my next step is to bring in a camera and a dots projector instead. So because I don't know where the door sound came from, I actually am now testing it for low temperatures. So this is what you're seeing me do, going to different rooms using the thermometer to find different temperatures. So as you can see, I found a temperature of 47.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which is much lower than the standard ambient temperature of a location that has the fuse box turned on. So what I do next is I throw the crucifix in this room and I go get my camera and a UV light. Now that I'm back in the location, I first start checking for handprints. And because I don't see anything, I then grab my camera, turn on the night vision, and check for orbs in any of the rooms. Since I'm not totally positive where the ghost is, I kind of wander around a little bit, and then I decide that I'm just going to set it down in the bathroom. I then grab the thermometer and do one final check of the temperature in the room, and notice that it has dropped just a tiny bit. So the next part of my strategy is to put a dots projector and a ghost writing book down. Now a lot of things happen here in the next few seconds, so I'm going to try my best to explain what happens. After I place down the ghost writing book and I'm checking the temperature one more time, a door is moved. And I immediately drop the thermometer and grab the UV light. I check for a handprint and don't see that there is one. So the next part of my strategy is to bring in an EMF reader and a spirit box. I like to do these last because they are the easiest to find, and I usually do the other types of evidence first just because they're a little bit more difficult and may take more time, so I just like to set them up first. So here I begin to use the spirit box, and as you know, you have to have all the lights off in the room, and you have to be within a certain distance of the ghost. For some reason, the only two questions I've been able to get to work since the update are, why are you here, and how old are you? Why are you here? How old are you? Are you? Now right here, you can see very clearly in the top left of the screen is a dots ghost. Now, very shortly after I finish asking my next question, I actually get a response. However, this response didn't line up with the question I asked, since you can hear the spirit box say an elderly something. Although my question that I asked was, are you close? Furthermore proving my point that I haven't been able to get every question to work. Close.
An elderly victim.
So now that I have my two pieces of evidence, I put them in and I notice that I have 4 types of ghosts: the Wraith, the Phantom, the Yokai, and the Diogen. So the next part of my strategy is to figure out if I have either a Wraith or a Phantom. So I grab a camera because if a Phantom is snapped in a picture, it will not be in the picture whether it is in its physical form or in dots form. I also grab some salt to test for a Wraith because Wraiths will not walk through salt at all. So, you see, first I put down some salt in the room, and thankfully the room is small, and then I stand back and wait for a dots so I can snap a picture. As you can see, I snapped a photo of the ghost in its dots form and it was not invisible. I also noticed that the ghost had not walked through the salt, so I was for sure that it was a Wraith, since prior to recording this run, I had tested if dots and salt coincided with each other, and sure enough, if a ghost walks through salt in its dots form, it will disturb the salt. Now that I knew what the ghost was, all I needed to do was find the bone and start taking pictures to make sure I had all 3-star pictures in my journal. Now that I had all 3-star pictures in my journal, the last thing I had to do was complete my last 2 objectives, which was preventing a hunt with a crucifix and reaching an average sanity of 25%. My plan to do this was to use the haunted mirror to drain my sanity, as well as lower my sanity enough to where the ghost would try to hunt and use the crucifix. So as you can see, I have an incense and a lighter, and I placed them into this one hiding spot that I found at the beginning of the run, and began using the haunted mirror to lower my sanity. I opened my journal to keep an eye on the objectives and wait till it checks off the objective. Once it does, I stop using the mirror, and then I wait for it to burn the crucifix. However, while I'm waiting, I do remember that the Wraith has the ability to teleport to a player, but at this point, it is already too late to go get a new crucifix, because the ghost starts hunting. Something that you'll see me do while I'm hiding in a closet like this is I'll switch the sides so that if the ghost were to open up the closet doors, I would not be in its line of sight. So I listen to where the ghost is, and I switch my position based on where the ghost is walking. After the hunt is over, I know that the ghost will be teleported right back to its room, so I put an incense in there to prevent it from hunting any further. After I put a new crucifix in my hiding spot, I have another incense just in case things get a little out of hand. And then I wait a little longer. After I hear the crucifix burn, I run in, put an incense in that room, and then I leave. Before I finish the case, I check and make sure all my objectives are done, all of my photos are 3-star photos, and that I have the correct ghost type. That was a summary of my perfect investigation on a nightmare run with all my strategies, my thought processes, and just in general how I go about doing things in nightmare mode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.